What's going on? Matt Savoca here from Awesemo.com, filling in for my buddy Josh Engelman here on this Saturday, March 19th, bringing you my top plays on DraftKings for this three-game slate in the NBA, three-game main slate, I should say, because there is an earlier game. Milwaukee and Minnesota will not be covered here. But before I dig into the analysis on this one, just want to remind you guys, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you always know when we're going live. You guys know what to do. And if you could give me, Matt Savoca, a follow on Twitter at Draftaholic, that's always much appreciated as well. We'd also like to thank our presenting sponsor, No House Advantage, who's offering a new way to play DFS with player props contests, 100% peer-to-peer. That's the way you play on No House Advantage. And they have over 500 player props offered right now. All new users get a $25 deposit bonus with promo code Awesemo. You can see that at the bottom of the screen there. And there's mass entry capabilities, big prize pools, and you can beat your friends, not the house. And on Awesemo.com, you can use our NHA projections and optimal lineups tool to help you take down those big prizes. Download the app or play over at nohouseadvantage.com today. Okay, guys, on the screen here, you see my 10 through 6 of my top plays on DraftKings. Tied for 10th and 9th, it's Cade Cunningham and Raul Neto. Cunningham missed time earlier this week, which paved the way for our number 8 play, Saddiq Bey, to have a monster game, a career performance with over 50 points. Now, we're not expecting that against Cleveland here, but it just shows you what the potential is for this young player on Detroit. Man, if Cunningham and Bey can get on the same page like that, we could really see that franchise turn it around quickly. Then we got Corey Kispert, a decent value option, tied with Saddiq Bey at number 7. Then at number 6, it's Darius Garland, who should play and play plenty for Cleveland. And he's playing as well as we saw earlier in the season. Since that injury, he's looked just fine. We've got him with a median projection of 45 points. And at 9,100, that is not too much, even on this three-game slate where we've got plenty of options, surprisingly. Doesn't quite crack the top 5, however. Who does? Let's watch him find out. At number 5, it's Washington big man KRISTAPS Porzingis. Now, it hasn't necessarily translated into a big change in the win-loss column. No, the Wizards are not a good team right now, but they're not playing a good team either, and Porzingis has made a huge impact on the floor, and you can tell they're still ramping up his playing time. We've got him projected for just over 27 minutes. I could see him eventually getting to 30, 31 minutes. I'm not going to say that happens here, but I definitely think it is in the range of outcomes for Porzingis as he continues to get healthier and healthier. A median projection also of 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. A 60% chance of a steal and a 1.6 block median projection means that he is going to contribute all over the place. About 40 points is really reasonable here, and he's got a GPP goal of about 52, 53 points, a goal he hits over 10% of the time. He's in the optimal lineup 30% of the time, and honestly, I think I'm going to be over the field on Porzingis, who continues to impress me on his new team. He's good enough for number 5. At number 4, it's DENI AVDIJA, guard forward for Washington, and we really have seen his playing time start to ramp up here. In 4 of his last 7 games played, he's had over 25 minutes. So when we see a median projection of just 24 minutes played, 2.5 minutes more than what he's averaged over his last 10 games, we see that as a conservative minutes projection for AVDIJA, a 3,700 salary, the classic salary value play that we often need on a DraftKings slate. If we want to get to star players, we got to find these players who can contribute maybe single digits in all major stat categories, but enough to get over that 20, 25, maybe even 30-point threshold. Again, at just 3,700, we're really just looking for 25 or 30 points, and then you are golden in GPPs. AVDIJA, a solid 31% chance of being in the optimal lineup, good enough for number 4. At number 3, apparently our optimal lineup tool is digging a lot of Washington Wizards because we got KUZMA coming in here. The forward for the Wizards hasn't been asked to do quite as much over the last few games than he has in the previous, say, 10 or 15 games with KRISTAPS Porzingis back in the lineup, but still, they need plenty of production from Kuzma. We got a median projection of nearly 33.5 2.5 minutes and 20 points for KUZMA. That would be a decent stat line. Really, it's how he contributes in other ways, though. 70% chance of getting a steal, a 90% chance of getting a block, 8.8 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's where he really would make his money. I don't think he's going to be a massive scorer here, and at $8K in salary, we really need to contribute in fantasy productive ways. So if he helps in other ways, I think he could be really, really valuable. Still, you're paying quite a bit for a player who just has a 41 point projection. We need 55 or so points here, something he only gets about a quarter of the time in our simulations. Still, KUZMA comes in at number 3 with nearly a third, actually over a third, a 34% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Not bad, not my favorite. At number 2, how about another value Wizards player that has a decent but not fantastic median projection? Because that's what I've got for you. KENTAVIOUS CALDWELL-POPE at 5,100, kind of splitting the difference between AVDIJA, who has a 20-point median projection, and KUZMA, who has a 40 or 41-point median projection. KCP is closer to a 28-30-point median projection, needing about 38 to 45 points to really pay off in a GPP. We really see no realistic chance of scoring more than that, though. A 50% probability, so excuse me, a 50 fantasy point probability of under 1%. It's not happening for KCP. You're gonna need to pay more in salary for that. But again, we're looking for value plays so we can get to the stars, so we can get to our LUKA Doncic, so we get to LeBron James. These are the types of plays that help you. 34 minutes, rock solid median minutes projection, and then a really solid projection in terms of scoring too. Nearly 16 points, and he'll tack on a little bit more in the assist and rebounding categories. Probably 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists. That sounds fair for KCP. Honestly, I think that's a little high. Still, the Lakers, a terrible team defensively, imploding, injured, you know the drill. That's why we're recommending a lot of Wizards. I'm not playing any more than 2 of these 4 that we recommend, but there's a reason these value plays look enticing. The Lakers are an exploitable team, and this is the way to get to the stars. KCP comes in at number 2. Now, before I get into my final play, my number 1 play on DraftKings for this Saturday, just want to remind you guys, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel so that you always know when we're going live. You guys know what to do. And if you could give me, Matt Savoca, a follow on Twitter at Draftaholic, that's always much appreciated as well. Also give a follow to my buddy Josh Engelman at Josh Engelman. He's always helping you out with these ConTENDers videos. He's helped me so much, and I'm happy to fill in for him on some weekends here. He'll be back as usual. Don't you worry about it. Okay, guys, we have one more play for you. But before, just want to thank our presenting sponsor, No House Advantage. Use promo code Awesemo to get in on those player props contests. Okay, guys, let's get into my number 1 play for this Saturday on DraftKings. And my number 1 play on DraftKings, it's LUKA Doncic. Yeah, you could play LeBron, absolutely, but I think Doncic 11.8K salary is absolutely worth it at the point guard position, and of course, plenty of playing time, plenty of points, and it's really the rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, the peripheral production that LUKA offers that was really enticing. Obviously, a 35-40 point game is in the range of outcomes for him against Charlotte, a team who has been a little bit better defensively, but still is just league average or a little bit worse than league average overall on defense. Doncic could easily take over this game and this slate. And as you can see, he's got a solid, not just a solid, a fantastic median projection over 60 points. He scores over 65 points in over a third of our simulations. He is the kind of upside you need, and you got to pay up in salary for it on a 3-game slate. Absolutely worth it. One of the best players in the league, and my top play tonight on DraftKings, LUKA Doncic in the optimal lineup 37% of the time. And that is going to do it for my top plays on DraftKings for Saturday, March 19th in the NBA. If you are looking for the FanDuel version of this video, it's around here somewhere. Go ahead and look for it on the channel. We will be back with all the coverage you need leading up to tip-off tonight. And of course, my buddy Josh will be back helping you out all next week in the NBA, as he always is. And I might be back some of these weekends too. Love filling in here on these Saturdays. Until next time, I'm Matt Savoca. We'll see you guys later.